Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pepsi Stadium for the NCCAA D2 Men's Soccer National Tournament. Tonight's match features the number 6 seeded Kentucky Christian University Knights and the number 3 seeded Trinity Baptist College Eagles. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please stand. We'll move your caps and join us as we have a word of prayer. And following prayer, we will have the national anthem and our starting lineups. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for your goodness to us. We thank you for your mercies and the fact that your mercies are new every single morning. I thank you for these two schools and these two teams and what they represent. I pray that tonight you would give them great skill as they play, that you would be with the officials and the coaches as they make calls throughout the game, that they would have great wisdom. And for those of us who watch, that we would do so in a manner that is respectful to our opponent and ultimately glorifying to your Son, Jesus Christ. And it's in his name we pray. Amen.
And a good evening to you from Pepsi Stadium on the campus of North Greenville University on a 45-degree, light, rainy, gray evening. It's time for day 2 of pool play in this 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer National Championship. Today, it's the 6th seed Kentucky Christian University Knights coming in at 12-5-1, taking on the 3 seed Trinity Baptist College Eagles coming in at 8-12-1. Hi again, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. We start out in Pool B, and for Trinity, coming off that exciting 4-3 victory against Kansas last night, the road is clear. If they win today, they are in the national championship game yet again. For Kentucky, a chance for 3 points out of the gates here in their opening game in pool play, and a chance to knock the team that's currently in first place down a notch to second as well. So a lot on the line in this one, day 2, but drama certainly. Let's meet the starting lineups. We'll start with Jeremy Miller's Kentucky Christian Knights. In front of the net is Micah Atkins. Also starting today for the Knights, number 2, Hunter Gullett. Number 4, Brandon Miranda. Number 7, Dylan Albright. Number 9, Nathan Campbell. Number 11, Mike DeWalt. Number 12, Seth Bolin. Number 15, Reed Rousey. Number 22, Brandon Hardesty. Number 23, Isaiah Jones. And number 24, Connor Vincent. That's the starters for Jeremy Miller in his 7th season at Kentucky Christian. Starting today for Trinity is the same starters that we saw yesterday for Ellie Jean and company. In front of the net is Kyle Altman. Also starting today, number 2, Hakeem Bellamy. Number 5, Joshua Cook. Number 6, Brian Paul. Number 7, Charlie Milius. Number 11, Nazir Guanipa. Number 12, Clayton McDaniel. Number 13, Nathan Williams. Number 14, Gabriel Zafrio. Number 21, Pedro Power Melgar. And number 22, Joseph Nava. Why is that good news for the Eagles? They had a few players go out with injuries yesterday in that thrilling come-from-behind victory against Kansas. But Joseph Nava and company are back out there starting today. So, good news for Trinity Baptist. Again, coming off that 4-3 victory, Trinity led that game in the 55th minute, 1-0. 6 goals in a 30-minute span from the 55th minute to the 85th minute. 3 of them by Trinity. Goals scored yesterday by Guanipa, McDaniel, Williams, and Turion Lee had the game-winning goal in the 85th minute for Trinity Baptist. It was one of the best soccer games that I have called in my 17 years of doing this. It was that outstanding. So Trinity, we'll see if they can ride that momentum that they built in that second half in that come-from-behind victory. And for Kentucky Christian, the Mid-East champions, they won 7-1 against Boyce and 2-0 against Grace in that region tournament. Trinity is the South Region champs, so Kentucky Christian and Trinity have met 4 times, mostly in this national championship tournament. Kentucky is 1-3 all time against Trinity. They lost the last meeting 3-1. Last year, the Knights went 0-2 in this tournament, disappointed with their result in 2017. No doubt a lot to prove for Jeremy Miller and company here in 2018. I'm looking at the Trinity jerseys, and I can tell it's going to be a long evening, folks. We will try to tell you who's on the field with the ball the best we can. I can tell you on the far side, you can forget about it. But I do know that Williams got it to somebody over there. And it's played forward. So Trinity possessing first, but it's taken back again by Kentucky. Brandon Miranda on the far side of your screen losing it. As we're underway here in Pool B. Day 2 of pool play, Kentucky's first game. They will take on Kansas Christian tomorrow. Will that be a consolation game for both of these teams? The Knights certainly hope not. Trinity Baptist wins this game. As I mentioned, they go to the championship game for the second straight year. I think it might even be more than that. Have to go back and look at the records, but Trinity losing 1-0 to Pensacola in the championship game last season. It is about 10 degrees colder than yesterday. The temperatures are falling. It is windier as well, with the wind blowing from right to left. On the near side, this is Bellamy for Trinity. Lee, played back by Trinity, and Nava. And we're actually looking for Nava, but the pass off the mark, so it'll be a throw for the Knights. Kentucky Christian from Grayson, Kentucky, and Trinity Baptist from Jacksonville, Florida. And folks, had a few people tweet at me last night. I don't always get to see them, but if you are on Twitter and you want to chat with us during today's broadcast, and you can use the hashtag NCCAA Soccer. Nifty footwork there, but nothing doing on that attack attempt for the Knights. As Albright tried to get it going for Kentucky Christian, counterattack is on here for Trinity. On the far side, I believe it was Guanipa looking for Williams, but that ball too far forward. Gives us a chance to talk about the Knights keeper, Micah Atkins, the junior, 1.51 goals against average, stopped 77% of the shots he faced this year. 85 saves, 7 clean sheets. 7 of the 12 wins for Kentucky came via shutout. Kentucky Christian head coach Jeremy Miller told me that they dropped some teams from last year that were on their schedule that were easy victories and replaced them, 5 of them, as a matter of fact, with harder competition. That is Nava. You can tell by the speed there as he leaves it and it's going to be cleared behind for a corner kick. So the first corner kick of the evening, and I believe it's Melgar. I think it's 21. At some point, I will do a rant on yellow and white jerseys, but now is not the time for that. So Melgar will take the corner kick. Just get a little black border around the numbers if you're going to do it. So Melgar again, I believe, is out there. It's taken short. They'll look to cross back to Melgar. Played back now to the right side. Ball into the box. Headed up. McDaniel tries to get there, and that shot is wide to the right. So good first effort off the set piece for Trinity. And it was Milius who got the shot on goal. Charlie Milius had an assist yesterday, 3 goals on the season coming into this tournament, looking for his 4th right there. Milius gets the turnover here at center circle, plays it over to the right side. I believe Guanipa tries to give it a run, but that ball, a little too much on it. It rolls out of play, so the Knights will get a throw. Undefeated in the Mid-East region was Kentucky Christian for the 2nd straight year. Only allowed 2 goals in region play this year. That's a region record. So that strong competition that Jeremy Miller put on the schedule here in 2018 is certainly paying dividends. We have a shaken up Trinity player on the other side of the field, but it looks like just an awkward hit, and I believe that was Williams, although I could be wrong. Folks, today's men's soccer national championship action is brought to you by our friends at Pepsi, located right here in the upstate. Pepsi delivers an array of crisp Pepsi products that you know and love. Pepsi, crisp, smooth, and refreshing. And we thank them for being able to bring you this tournament for free. We are in the 5th minute. Also, the brand new NCCAA network that we've unveiled for you here in 2018. And Kentucky with an opportunity now. First chance for them on the set piece. And on that far side, I believe Nathan Campbell. Their numbers are slightly easier to see, but from the far side, it's a little difficult. But I do believe that's Campbell taking the free kick. All into the box, and it bounces and sent in over the crossbar, but that was out of play. So nothing doing that time for Kentucky. First set-piece chance for them, and it'll be a goal kick for Kyle Altman. Boy, was he under the gun yesterday. Kyle Altman, 3.08 goals against average coming in to the tournament, 87 saves, 65% save percentage. And you only ever hear about the goals given up in that exciting game yesterday, but Kyle Altman made several blocks that really kept his team and prevented Kansas from making one last final comeback. And it's interesting, and it'll be interesting to see. So far, there's certainly a pep in the step for the Eagles, but you think about what an emotional victory that was yesterday and how much that takes it out of you. You're either you're fired up, but you're also just exhausted from the kind of effort you had to put forth. But so far, Trinity looks pretty strong here. Lee gets possession on the near side. Nifty move, sliding challenge, nicely done by Jones for Kentucky. That's Isaiah Jones. 5 goals, 3 assists this year, but a good defensive play. Now for Trinity, it's Williams on the far side, getting it back on the 1-2. Ball too far forward, and it's cleared out by the left back for Kentucky. 8th minute, just underway. Both teams settling in. Pool B. 3 points for Trinity in that 4-3 victory. The other thing is, let's say Trinity loses today. Kentucky gets the 3 points. All of those goals scored yesterday make a big difference, too. And then all of a sudden, Kansas is right back in the thick of things. Through ball attempt is knocked away. For Trinity, it was Paul taking it away, and then a bad pass by him will lead to a Kentucky throw over near us. This is Bolin leaving it back. Hardesty had that pass. Hardesty gets it back, center circle. Patient attack right now for Kentucky. Good ball, looking for Bolin. Bolin's a good playmaker. We saw him last year in this tournament. Sends it into the box. It's tapped out. I believe Paul was there. Vincent looking to throw quickly, and he'll give way now. Looks like it'll be Jones. Milius had a foot on it. That's Nava sliding in to try to win the challenge back was Jones, I believe, for Kentucky. Counterattack is on now for Trinity. Now the counter on for Kentucky. And again, the defenses are not letting a lot of those passes through right now. The rain has started to pick up a little bit. It hasn't rained as hard as we thought it was going to rain today, which is good news. But I also looked at the radar before the game kicked off, and the reality is the bulk of the rain has not reached us yet, although it is kind of moving a little more further to the east than we thought, which is good news. As of now, no decision made for tomorrow. Trying to make the pass was Jones. Milius gets rid of it. Here's Nava. Looking forward to see what Nava can do against this good Kentucky defense. Nava is always putting the pressure on. Unfortunately, he had to go out yesterday. He missed part of that insanity. That was the second half of the first game for Trinity and Kansas, but good to see him back out there. I was worried that Trinity was going to lose him, and he's a key player for them, certainly. Tied for 5th in Division II with 14 goals on the year. You don't want to lose a guy like that. Kentucky's attack, by the way, is pretty balanced. Seth Bolin has 8 goals, and Dylan Albright has 7. You've got several guys with 6, 5, 4 goals apiece. They're trying to send it into the box there on the far side. It's blocked by one of the defenders, and the Knights will throw it in. 11th minute. And Kentucky Christian trying to get their attack going here. Now the counterattack. Either Guanipa or Williams. They were looking for Nava. Nava played it back to Guanipa. This is Lee. And good defense there from DeWald for Kentucky. DeWald will get it back on the header from Gullett. And a foul called there on Trinity. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. 45 degrees and the temperature is falling. We'll be in the 30s probably, or at least low 40s. A little bit later on tonight when Bob Jones and Pensacola play. Nava gets the ball over on the far side, toes the line, keeps it in play. Nava trying to use some footwork, and it's deflected behind. It will be off Trinity for a goal kick. Joseph Nava's from Milan, Italy. International flair for Ellie Jean's team. Players from Venezuela, Italy, Ecuador, Cambodia, Caraco, Haiti. McDaniel with the header at center circle. Kentucky continues to push forward on that far side. Another counter on for Trinity. And a foul's going to be called on Kentucky. Mentioned it for Jeremy Miller's team, the toughest schedule they've played, according to Jeremy Miller. Competed against many scholarship programs. In fact, they beat his alma mater. They meet Cincinnati Christian, where Jeremy Miller went and played on October 17th. Dylan Albright had the game-winning goal. Ball into the box, coming up. Aggressive play by Atkins to make the play. The field is still in great shape here. The folks at North Greenville University, are telling us that just before the game it can handle 5 inches of rain per hour. Is that right? I was out there running around a little bit, as much as my 37-year-old knees will let me run around. And again, in tennis shoes, I did fine out there. No slipping or anything. It is wetter out there than yesterday, I will say that. Yesterday it was almost completely dry, like it had never rained at all. And today there is some moisture out there on the field, but no challenge for the players, which is certainly good news. Hakeem Bellamy from Trinidad, 2 assists yesterday as he throws it in. He was a big part of the effort. What do we have in store today? Nathan Williams with the through ball over on the far side, trying to run it down Guanipa, I believe. And a good job by the Kentucky defense again to hold him off. So another goal kick for Micah Atkins and the Knights. The Knights will play tomorrow against Kansas Christian, either here or at Bob Jones, and that'll be at 5 p.m. This is it for pool play for Trinity. They handled their business yesterday. Nava takes it away. They were looking for McDaniel there, but good sliding challenge over on that far side for the left back for Kentucky. Here comes Trinity again. Cross in by Guanipa, headed out. Melius trying to get on the ball again, but Kentucky able to hold him off. The offside flag is up there on that through ball attempt, so free kick to come here for Trinity. We want to thank everybody who's partnered with us to bring you this NCAA National Tournament action. Thanks Spinks, Aramark, Bon Secours, Integra Bank, and Pepsi for their support. Rashima, glad to be with you. 16th minute, 0-0. Kentucky and Trinity meeting for the 5th time all-time. Trinity has won 3 out of the 4 meetings, including a 3-1 victory a year ago. On the near side, it's Turion Lee, the game-winning goal yesterday for Lee. Here's McDaniel. McDaniel started yesterday's game as more of a defensive mid. And then yesterday in the second half, Ellie Jean brought him up. Clayton McDaniel with his 8th goal of the season in that second half as Trinity's attack fizzles here. On the near side, Vincent. Hardesty plays it forward. And Milius is there for Trinity. Not much right now for Kentucky. Melgar, his pass is off the mark, so it'll be a throw for the Knights. Kentucky last year did not win in pool play. They lost 3-2 to Pensacola and 2-1 to Providence. That, I remember, was a controversial finish on a penalty kick, I believe. Albright is tripped up, and Kentucky now with another opportunity via the set piece. Williams will defend it, and let's see who's going to take it. Brandon Miranda, 3 goals, 5 assists on the season, 6 goals, 6 assists in his career, will take this free kick. You see everybody stacked up to the left. Fires it right at the keeper, Altman, and Altman was ready for it. Altman came to his left and made the save on it. Nil-nil it remains here in the 18th minute. Less than 27 to play here in this first half. Milius turning it over there. Good play by Albright. Albright looking for the counter, and Albright trying to get through. Milius comes and chases, and he'll clear it over to the far side. So it'll be a Kentucky throw, but alert play and good hustle back by Charlie Milius. Milius had an assist yesterday in the victory over Kansas. Good defensive player as well from the mid spots. You can hear the pitter-patter of the rain right now. It's picked up and come in waves a little bit. It's been heavy at times. It's been lighter at other times. Right now, it's a little bit heavier than normal. Milius sends it to the near side. It's Lee trying to get it. I believe that's Bellamy. Bolin. Albright for Kentucky. Jones with the tap. Counterattack is on again. Look out for Nava. Nava a lot of speed, and he's bumped by Jones. Not a bad foul there by Jones to try to slow down Nava, but it will be a free kick here for Trinity. That ball boomed into the box. Look out, keeper is out, but it's going to be wide to the right. Who touched it last? Are they going to get the keeper on a foul call? If so, it's a penalty kick. One of the attacking players for Trinity is down. And it looks like no foul called there, so it'll just be a goal kick. Trinity players have been going down with some regularity here in this tournament so far. Certainly no ill intent or anything like that for Adkins. Just two players going for the ball. And sometimes that's what happens. So Trinity will have to make a change here. While they do that, a reminder, see what everybody's talking about and visit greenvillesc.com. From beautiful landscapes to a small town Main Street, it's no wonder people from all across the world are visiting. Check out Greenville, South Carolina this weekend. Don't come now. I had a chance, actually. I went down to the park downtown, the falls at the Reedy River down there near downtown. And the river is rocking and rolling right now, so it is actually a cool time to go downtown if you don't mind a little cold and a little rain. Go down there and check out that river. It's a nice, cool little park if you've never been here before. There's a bridge you can walk over, and you can watch the falls as they go down right over the bridge. And the falls are usually pretty calm every time I come to Greenville and we go downtown. It's usually not that exciting, but there's a lot of water coming down those falls here this week, and it was cool to see. So the injured party was Nava. Nava is being looked at by the trainer. That brings Brenner Pittman off the bench, the Montana junior. And it was a foul call, so it is a penalty kick. And I believe it's Clayton McDaniel taking this penalty. Is that number 12, guys? Yeah, everybody's, we've got like 8 eyes here. It is 12. Okay, so Clayton McDaniel, who scored yesterday in that crazy second half, is going to take this PK. No card, just a foul. But when it's in the box, this is what happens. McDaniel will fire it into the back of the net. And here in minute 20, it's 1-0 in favor of Trinity.
goal for the Eagles, number 12, Clayton McDaniel.
Clayton McDaniel, his second goal of the tournament. He's got 9 on the season, and Clayton McDaniel gives his team a 1-goal advantage. And if you're a Kentucky fan, you might be thinking, well, you know, Chris, were you right the first time when you said just 2 guys going after the ball? You know, it's a hard call to make from our vantage point, and the officials certainly have a better look at it than us. I would say in that 50-50 kind of a play, you err on the side of the official who's standing right there. I know that's not what you want to hear up in Kentucky, but it's the reality of the situation when you've got Atkins colliding with Nava. And we hope Nava will be okay. So the Eagles capitalize on the Knights, and we saw the Knights make a couple of mental errors in last year's tournament too. Now they're going to have to come from behind here. And Kentucky has to win this no matter what. This is an elimination game for everybody but Trinity in Pool B. Trinity wins outright today. They will go to the championship game. Another foul is called here on Kentucky. Kentucky is an aggressive team. They're a physical team. And they're going to put together a 3-man wall deep. This kick will be taken probably about 45 yards out here for Trinity. And it's Nazir Guanipa to take it. Guanipa, an assist and a goal yesterday. He gives away. It's fired right at Atkins, who makes a terrific play. 1-0. It remains. 21st minute. The other thing is McDaniel gets the turnover. I thought I saw the official pointing to the spot for the penalty kick. And then Nava was there too, so I didn't know if he was pointing at him or the spot. Now an opportunity for Kentucky. Another set-piece chance for the Knights. We talked about it yesterday. Set pieces are so important here in this tournament. How many goals have we had already just on set-piece opportunities? Brandon Miranda, again, will take it for the Knights. Chance to equalize after committing a mistake in the box. Miranda curves it in. Nice header, but comes right to Altman. Now the 22nd minute, it remains 1-0 in favor of Trinity. And I believe that was one of the defenders who got the head on it. It was Reed Rousey. Rousey has a goal on the season, so he certainly knows how to climb in the box, but unfortunately hit that one right at Altman. Trying to go 1-2 was Pittman and Lee, and Pittman's pass is off the mark, so it'll be a turnover. The rain has really started to pick up now. You can see it through the lights. You can also hear it. Jones on the foul takes the free kick for Kentucky, and that's going to sail out of play. We'll have another goal kick for Trinity. Good news for Eagles fans. Joseph Nava coming back into the game. Brenner Pittman will come back out. Kyle Altman with the kick. And a turnover. Albright trying to get something going on the attack. Nava is there to disrupt, and it'll be a Trinity throw. It'll be taken by Bellamy. Learn, love, and lead. For over 90 years, Bob Jones University has been equipping leaders to make a difference for the cause of Christ. Find out more info by visiting bju.edu. It is certainly possible that we'll be back there on their campus tomorrow for the final day of pool play. Kentucky Christian will, I believe, still be alive if it's a tie today. That would give Trinity 4 points. Kentucky would have to get 3 points then against Kansas, so they'd have to win tomorrow. And then I believe as the tiebreaker, guys, anybody know, just let me know. Goals for, okay, we'll check on that. Goal differential is the first tiebreaker. Thank you, mystery man behind the curtains. In the box, opportunity again for Trinity, trying to get something going. Williams or Guanipa. And that'll be a foul called on Trinity, so a free kick to come for Kentucky. So goal differential. So you look at it and you've got a tie right here. So if you tie and then get 3 points, you want to win that game by a pretty good margin against Kansas Christian tomorrow if you're Kentucky. That's how that all plays out. Ideally, of course, if you're a Knights fan, the team just comes back, gets 3 points, and then all kinds of things can come into play tomorrow. Trinity scored a lot of goals yesterday. That offside flag is up, and that's a good call. I'm not sure what they were thinking there as Gullett was looking for, I believe, Bolin. It is a steady rain out there right now. Kentucky trying to get something going. Getting there was Milius for Trinity at center circle. He heads it ahead. Trinity leading at 1-0 for just joining us. 20th minute, McDaniel with a penalty kick to give his team the advantage. McDaniel's second goal here in this tournament. Good run here. Trying to get through is Albright. No call as Albright hits the deck. Coming from behind. Kentucky able to take it away. That was a good play, by the way, by Gullett. They're looking for Gullett. Deflected back to Jones. Jones comes forward. Albright calls everybody off, slides, and makes the play on it. Inside 18 minutes left to go. Minute 28 here in this first half. Played in a steady rain here at North Greenville. Pepsi Stadium in North Greenville. We started at 45 degrees here this evening. Hakeem Bellamy will throw it in for Trinity. Nifty moves by Nava. Here's McDaniel. McDaniel fires. Headed out. Bowen went back heel, but Trinity gets on the ball again. They're looking for Milius. Nava was at least, and it's knocked out of play. It'll be another throw for the Eagles. I mentioned yesterday that it was a humid rain because of all the moisture coming from the Gulf Coast. That humidity is no longer with us. It is just straight up cold out there now. Hakeem Bellamy, another throw. Top of the box, Guanipa. Guanipa on the far side, Williams, and a turnover. Here come the Knights. And Nothing doing on that attack, and Knights player is frozen in time at center circle. Dylan Albright drawing the foul. 31 goals, 15 assists, and 77 points for the senior. Dylan Albright from Louisville. He's got 7 goals, 8 assists this season, 22 points, 70 shots, and 31 of those on goal. Free kick from center circle sent into the box, and it's headed out. Opportunity for the counterattack. The speedster on the far side is Guanipa, and a hard challenge there. Is this going to bring out a card? Yes, it will. So Kentucky giving Trinity another opportunity here via the set piece from about 30 yards out. So for Kentucky, that was Mike DeWald coming in on the challenge. And the free kick will be taken by the Eagles. It's a fake out sent into the box. And that was headed behind. It'll be a goal kick. I'm pretty sure it was Melgar on the free kick, but it's anybody's guess over there. I tried this last year. I am fully prepared to take over all donations for Trinity Baptist to get them some new uniforms so I can see the numbers. We just need a little black outline on the yellow. I'm a big fan of yellow. It's been gray here all week. I love to see the color yellow right about now, but I've got 4 eyes and I can barely see their numbers. Soccer coaches do that intentionally too, by the way. They think they're being sneaky in terms of scouting and all that. So it's a common thing in the world of soccer. No less frustrating when you're trying to highlight some of the best players here in this national tournament, and you can't do it. That's Milius. Here's McDaniel. Good defense there. Taken away for Kentucky. That was Jones making a nice stop. Melgar on the near side with the pass. Bellamy. Milius sends it over to the far side for Paul, I assume. Paul will tee it up, send it into the box. McDaniel tries to get there on one hop. Making the play was Atkins. Atkins has played well today. He committed the foul that led to the penalty kick in the box, but that ball is slick out there, and these keepers are going to have to be on their toes. Good run by Jones. Better defense, though, by Nava. And that'll be knocked out. They say deflected off Nava. Alert defense there again from the Knights. If you're just joining us, you're getting home from work or whatever. 33rd minute, 1-0 in favor of Trinity. In the 20th minute, it was a McDaniel penalty kick. Sub for Kentucky, Austin McGee coming into the game, the freshman from Franklin, Kentucky. Jeremy Miller does such a good job recruiting locally and developing a lot of young talent in the state of Kentucky. That is Williams trying to get the through ball in. Good defense again from DeWald. Fresh legs from McGee as he tries to run it down. This, I believe, is Guanipa. Running out of room. Trinity on the attack there. Deflected out off Kentucky. Another corner kick to come for Trinity. Melgar, we believe, will go out there. You can see the wind whipping at the corner flag. The American flag behind it, standing straight up. Ball into the box. It's headed by Jones for Kentucky, and they're going to come to this side now and take a corner kick. 34th minute, nearing 11 to play in this opening half. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Day 2 of pool play. We're in Pool B. Kentucky's first game here in this tournament, facing Trinity, who picked up 3 points yesterday. For Trinity, Zafrio. Thank you, guys. Zafrio takes it short to Melgar. Melgar will send it into the box, head it out. And that'll be cleared away. It'll be a throw for Trinity. Melgar will take the quick throw. That is Guanipa. Nava again dancing. Here's Williams. On the far side, Lee. Correction, that was Pittman. So Pittman's still out there. Lee is the one who came out once Nava came back for the injury. Bellamy sends it over to the right side for Paul. They're looking for Pittman again on the far side. Sliding challenge, and that's going to go behind for a corner kick. It's hard to see the out of bounds on that angle, so I wasn't sure if it curved to the right. It's a goal kick, correction. So not touched by Kentucky. And Atkins will take it. Kentucky played a good part of that challenging schedule this year without Seth Boland, who was out for a month with a broken arm. He's back in the mix, though, here in the national tournament. Seth Boland, a junior from Dale, Indiana. Healthy again. He and Albright and company will have to get it going, though. Mentioned it last year, this stifling Trinity defense. Played so well last year's tournament. They allowed 3 goals against Kansas yesterday in a wild kind of a game, but that was more fluke than typical for Trinity. It's not an easy team to score on, although Kentucky is a team that can put goals on the board quickly. Their 45 goals during the regular season is 3rd best in Division II. Right now, it's all Trinity, though. They've had much more of the possession here in this first half. McDaniel trying to keep it alive. That was Albright. Albright battling with all comers. Now Jones with a run. Albright again. Milius is going to be called for a foul. Milius upset. Quick free kick. That quick free kick yesterday, I had to go back and watch that when I got back to the hotel. Kansas was just asleep on that free kick. Near side Jones trying to turn on it, and that's going to be blocked off of Trinity. Heady play by Milius, and now Kentucky is called for a foul. 38th minute, 7:20 left to play here in the first half. Nava tries to get out on the run. Ball deflected away. Nava gets back on it, tries to keep it in play, and they say it went over the line, I believe. Kentucky sub is number 17. That's Tyler Webb, the freshman from Proctorville, Ohio. And he's coming in for Nathan Campbell, the senior. We haven't seen much in the way of subbing for Trinity Baptist. They've got few options, certainly on that bench. We saw they made a couple of late subs that made a big difference yesterday. Get some fresh legs out there. Bellamy sends it forward. We talked a little bit during the Kansas and Trinity game yesterday about some of the differences in American college soccer compared to international soccer, most of which, as we talked about, doesn't make a lot of sense, but they do allow a lot of subbing in and out. That's not unusual for international play unless you're talking about world competitions, but unlimited subbing in and out typically is. McDaniel plays it on the near side now, but trying to get there. And it's going to go behind for a goal kick. 40th minute, 5.5 left to play here in this first 45 minutes. Trinity more of the possession. They have a 1-goal lead thanks to a penalty kick from Clayton McDaniel. Talk about all the local or all the international talent for Trinity, but the Eagles have some good regional players as well. Clayton McDaniel's from Fruitland Park, Florida. Nathan Williams is from Florida as well. That was Josh Cook, the right back. Trinity Baptist from Jacksonville, Florida, and Kentucky Christian from Grayson, Kentucky. Kentucky's got some good athletic programs. We saw their women's basketball team in the Division II National Championship game last year. Their men's soccer team is always competitive. Men's basketball came in and made some noise last year in the tournament as well. All good things happening there in Grayson. Trinity sends it forward. They're looking for Pittman, but the defenders are there for Kentucky. That was Albright again trying to make something happen, but the attack has just not been there. Today for Kentucky, they've had few breakaways, if any, on the counter attack. They've had a couple opportunities via set pieces that haven't done too awful much. And that's the way it is this time of the year. Here's McDaniel firing it right at the head of Atkins, who makes the play. Clayton McDaniel looking for his second goal of the evening. Nice play by Atkins. The other thing that the cold does is it makes the ball feel like a rock when it's coming at you. Saw a player last night take one off the face and had to come out briefly. That ball cleared away. Another Kentucky throw as they make a late first half push here in minute 42. It's the Knights and Eagles. Nice move by Jones, but better defense yet again from Milius. We've called his name out a lot. Charlie Milius from Haiti. One of 3 players from Haiti for Ellie Jean and company. On the far side, Kentucky trying to get something going on this counterattack. And guess who's there again? Milius again. Defensive mid, Milius. Williams, I believe, looking for Guanipa on the far side. Guanipa trying to turn on the defender, sends it into the box. That's deflected, and it'll be another corner kick. Corner kick number 4, I believe, now for Trinity. As we start to wind down this first half, a reminder, we'll take a break at halftime, normal 15-minute break. You could start to get dinner ready. Or okay, thank you. So it'll be Pedro Melgar to take the corner. It's taken short again. I can only assume that Zafrio is there as well. Played back to Paul, sent into the box. Header, but wide to the left. That was Milius. So almost the second goal for Trinity. And it would have been well-deserved for Milius. I like to see guys who have great defensive games get in the books. Not for a card, for a goal. McDaniel, strong move again. Knocked ahead by Connor Vincent. Over on the far side, they try to chase it down. Austin McGee's over there for Kentucky, but this defense for Trinity is the story of this first half. Melgar sends it forward. Nobody's home with 22 seconds. They're in no particular need to expend a lot of energy. Get to the half leading 1-0, and Nava will make a late push, though. On the near side, it's Pittman. Pittman fires it in, and that will go for a goal kick, and the first 45 minutes are in the books. Good defense and patient attack for Trinity has them leading 1-0 in the 20th minute. Clayton McDaniel on a penalty kick fired it into the back of the net, and the Eagles are 45 minutes away from the championship game. The Knights, no doubt, will make their adjustments, and we'll see what they have in store here in this second half. We'll take a break for 15 minutes, come back, bring you the second half. You're watching the 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer Championship on the NCCAA Network.
The NCCAA mission states, "We are committed to equipping student-athletes and coaches to make a positive impact for Christ." Equipping student-athletes and coaches involves the creation and distribution of tools and resources needed for a particular purpose. We promote outreach and ministry for the enhancement of athletic competition with a Christian perspective. One tool is Game Plan for Life, a character initiative to promote the biblical characteristics of love, integrity, faith, and excellence. Equipping student-athletes with a game plan will remain with them throughout their entire lives.
Welcome back to North Greenville University and Pepsi Stadium. Trinity Baptist is 45 minutes away from the championship game and winning Pool B. They have a 1-goal lead against Kentucky Christian. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Still 45 degrees. The rain has picked up. Heavier rain is on the way, so it doesn't figure to lighten up at any point here in the second half. For Trinity, if you're just joining us, Clayton McDaniel on a foul by the keeper for Kentucky Christian, Micah Atkins, in the box, led to a penalty kick. McDaniel put it in the back of the net, and that's the lone scoring we had. Trinity really dominated possession in that first 45 minutes. Kentucky did have a few chances via the set piece, but for the most part, Trinity in control here as they possess first, and they're going to get a throw-in here on this near side. So everybody we couldn't tell you about in the first half, we could tell you about now. This will be Zafrio to throw it in on the near side. Gabriel Zafrio from Spain. Mentioned all the international players for Trinity. Trinity winning yesterday 4-3 against Kansas. Kansas and Kentucky will play tomorrow at 5 p.m., either here or at Bob Jones University. and Alumni Stadium. Just kind of depends on what the weather does to the field over there on the campus of BJU. Milius has played an excellent game so far. The defensive mid for Trinity, as he was on the ball there seconds ago. Inadvertent handball there will lead to a free kick here for Kentucky. And Kentucky, as I mentioned in the first half, has a lot of scoring power. It's a balanced attack. They're third in scoring with 45 goals. They're second in shots with 16. First in shots on goal per game with 9. And fourth in assists with 26. Trying to make something happen off a second consecutive set piece here. So far, Trinity's defense has really limited one of the top attacks. Ball sent into the box. Altman punches it out. Trying to run it down on that near side was McGee for Kentucky. And that'll be another foul. This one on DeWalt. Don't forget, folks, if you want to give us a shout, we do have the Twitter chat going. You can use NCCAA Soccer if you're on Twitter. Feel free to let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, all that good stuff. Glad to give you a shout out during the broadcast. The Eagles are last year's runner-up, the South Region champions here in 2018. Kentucky, the Knights, did not win in pool play last year. Looking to turn things around here in 2018 in this national tournament. The Mid-East champs defeating Grace in the final 2-0. And defense is the story here today, which is kind of what we expect here in less than ideal conditions. That's putting a marketing spin on it. It's lousy out there. 45 degrees and a driving rain. Trinity, we wondered in the first half, how would they come out after that emotional come-from-behind victory, the game they led 2 different times, and then finally able to come back, win it 4-3 after trailing 2-1. Good run here by Nathan Campbell for Kentucky, trying to make things interesting, and it'll be knocked away by Josh Cook. So a throw for Kentucky on the near side. Here in minute 49, just underway here in the second half. Kentucky on the ball again. Nice move by Rousey. Rousey had it blocked, stays with it. Looking to get it back on the 1-2, and offside flag is up. They call the foul on Trinity. So now is a real good opportunity for the Knights here, right near the top of the box. Brandon Miranda, 5 assists on the year. Gets on the ball. Bolin is around him. 8 goals on the season for Seth Bolin. An injury-plagued season for him that saw him miss some time. Bolin, 36 goals in his career, 80 total points for the junior from Dale, Indiana. So will it be Miranda or will it be Bolin here? Miranda gives way. Bolin fires it through the box into the back of the net. He beat the wall. There was a little gap in the wall. Seth Bolin capitalizes, and we are even here in the 50th minute. Seth Bolin.
For the Knights, number 12, Seth Bolin.
Beautiful shot. Kyle Altman. I don't think he was expecting it to get through the wall. As we take a look at that replay, you can see it right there, that little gap in the wall. Seth Bolin smart enough to find that. Seth Bolin's 9th goal of the year, his 37th career goal. 82 points now in his career at Kentucky, and Seth Bolin coming up big. Mentioned it in the first half. He was out for a month with a broken arm, and welcome back to the show, big fella. Ball into the box. Now the Knights have some momentum. I don't think anything can be as crazy as Trinity's game against Kansas Christian yesterday, but never say never. This Kentucky team is right up at the top in terms of attacking as Mike DeWald tries to get through. Kentucky player is down at center circle, and we'll tell you about him as soon as we can see his number. Folks, this NCCAA National Tournament action for men's soccer is brought to you by Pepsi. Crisp, smooth, and refreshing. We are at Pepsi Stadium, conveniently enough, here on the campus of North Greenville University, and we can't thank these folks enough. Yesterday, they had about 24 hours to get ready to host a national championship, and folks helping us out with the webcast and making sure we have everything we need to bring you this contest, since most of you wisely stayed home. I will say, for those of you who are thinking maybe you're getting off work and the work week's winding down, do I come down or do I come up from Kentucky, down from Kentucky, up from Florida for the national championship games should one of these teams be in it? I will say it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and you're going to have good travel weather once we get through tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be lousy again, but Fridays, Saturday are going to be picture perfect. Seems like, check on the number, it looks like that's Nathan Campbell, the senior, who is being helped off by his teammates, and you certainly hate to see that. Hopefully he'll be okay, able to return. Does not appear to look that way right now, however. And nice sportsmanship from Zafrio. Give him a little pat on the head. These guys, you know, this is NCCAA Division II. These guys go to class, and they practice, and they work hard. And you just hate to see anybody having to go out in a national tournament. It is a long 4 years for student athletes. People don't realize how much work they put in, and that's why you hate the injuries so much. But hopefully Nathan Campbell will be okay as he gets looked on the bench. So the training staff has had their work cut out for him here at North Greenville, and that's another factor here that have played so well. Williams sends it forward, looking on the near side for Guanipa. Defense able to hold for Kentucky. Kentucky, we haven't given their defense enough credit here today. They have played well defensively too. It's been a defensive struggle. Aside from that mistake in the box by Atkins, Kentucky's defense is really stifled and quelched out this fast-moving Trinity attack. Last year, they didn't have near the speed that they have this year on this roster for Ellie Jean's team, and it's been a handful. Kansas let up 4 goals against Trinity, but so far Kentucky has held them to just the penalty kick. So we're even at 1. And again, a tie for Kentucky today keeps them in it. A win by Trinity will seal their Pool B victory and will send them to the championship game. Now, if Kentucky wins, then they move ahead. They're in first place. They control their own destiny. The first tiebreaker is goal differential, but I do believe that a head-to-head would supersede that. So you would have both teams with 3 points, but Kentucky, because they beat Trinity, they would be in first. That's the way I would understand it to be. There was a foul there on Trinity. Another free kick to come. Milius comes up with it for the Eagles. Header by Austin McGee. McGee came off the bench, has seen a lot of action here in this championship game. Ball played to Nava. Nava tripped up, no call. Just a good defensive play, they say. Milius is there again, though. Doesn't seem to matter where that ball goes on the field. Milius gets there. Certainly at the center. Some more dancing. Nava flicks it ahead, coming up on the near side. Too much on it for Guanipa. That was point blank. The offside flag was up anyway, so wouldn't have counted. Minute 54. You see the time left on your screen. So get another look at the offside there. Who makes the mistake? Who commits a costly foul? These are the kinds of things that start to get in the back of your mind here the later we get in this one. It was the 55th minute when the insanity started yesterday between Trinity and Kansas. So we're right about that time now. Guanipa. Nice move by him. Leaves it on the near side. Nava. Now Zafrio sends it to the far side. And we're looking for Pittman, I believe, who's over there. That pass is off the mark. Counterattack is on now for Albright and Kentucky. Albright, pass deflected. Defense able to hold again for Trinity. Hakeem Bellamy back there defensively. Milius, we've talked a lot about him. Zafrio. Also, Brian Paul. Josh Cook. All those guys playing excellent defense today on that back line for Trinity. On the near side, this is Zafrio. Zafrio, nice move around two defenders to Guanipa. Beautiful ball. Looking for Nava. Nava tries to get there. It was a little bit too far from him. Stays with it. Able to get on the ball. Trying to gather. Defense comes to help, and it's knocked away by Kentucky. Pittman on the far side. Here is Milius. Williams fires and made things interesting for Atkins, who came to his right. I think it was going to be a little bit wide left of the post, but Atkins did a good job to make sure and preserve the tie. A tie for Trinity gives them 4 points. Kentucky would have 1. Kentucky would be in a must-win against Kansas. Kansas would be eliminated, I believe. So if you're Kansas, you want Kentucky to win this one outright or you're eliminated. Those two teams will play tomorrow at 5 p.m. Kentucky gets 4 points tomorrow by winning 3 tomorrow evening. Then you look at goal differential and the tiebreakers. Ball into the box, and that was hit the wrong way by Dylan Albright. So just the goal kick. Kyle Altman, he'll take it. 57th minute, 1-1. If you're just joining us, it was a penalty kick by Clayton McDaniel for Trinity in the 20th minute. Trinity would lead until the 50th. Seth Bolin with a rocket on a free kick. And the broken record continues. Once again, it's those set pieces when you're playing against the best in your athletic competition. Speaking of which, a foul was called, so Trinity will get a free kick here. The big leg of Melgar getting set near side with center circle to take it. Minute 58, Melgar sends it all the way into the box. Good free kick. Deflected out. Milius gets there first. Pittman on the far side of your screen. They're looking for Nava. And that's deflected behind. It will be a corner kick. Zafrio and Melgar have been the two out there. Usually it's taken short. Zafrio will get it to Melgar, and then Melgar will cross it. And we got the binoculars out to try to figure it out. You guys see anything out there? So it is Zafrio again, and again he goes short to Melgar. And that pass is off the mark. Less than desirable result there for Trinity, who is up to, I believe, now 5 corner kicks. Might be one more or less than that, but at least 4. The wind has started to pick up a little bit too. We mentioned it was blowing pretty straight out in the first half. Now it's howling. On the counterattack, getting there first for Trinity was Paul to make the play. Good center back for Trinity. Brian Paul from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. That's going to be off Kentucky. Another throw upcoming for Trinity here. Zafrio taking the throws. Nava tried to flick it to the right. Headed by McGee out of play. And Trinity inches their way down the pitch. Zafrio again the throw. Williams, that'll be blocked. Corner kick number 6 now for Trinity. Zafrio, Melgar come out. Melgar took it. Cross into the box by him. It's headed, still dangerous. That was hit by Williams, I believe, and deflected. So it'll be another throw for the Eagles. '61st minute, less than a half hour to go now. Trinity trying to make it easy on themselves. Get the 3 points they need to go to the championship game. Kentucky fighting to make tomorrow a very interesting day. Kentucky has picked up the attack here in this second half. And that ball is going to go out of play. I'm not sure why they quit on that. Gullet just stopped. Could have been he was off, I'm not sure. Interesting choice, though. Zafrio will take... Was our foul call? That's why he quit. Zafrio will take this free kick now. Headed out. We do not see much of the near side officials from our vantage point, so I think I might have missed something on the near side here. It cannot be fun out there when you're talking about 45-degree weather and a consistent driving rain. Trying to chase it down over on the far side was Albright. Albright, good hustle to get there. What can he do with it? Good ball into the box by Dillon. Defense again is there to hold. Nava. And it's taken back by Kentucky, but only briefly. Elias sends it ahead. Nava looks to turn on the speed, and the sliding challenge. That will be a foul just outside the box, and a yellow card comes out as well. Couldn't see exactly who that was on, but Melgar, I believe, is going to... Well, it looks like that might be Milius taking the free kick here. So it was on Rousey. Who? So it is Zafrio to take this free kick. And you guys are saving me today. So Zafrio on the free kick for Trinity. Key moment here. Zafrio sends it in, blocked. Follow-up shot is blocked. Atkins made the play. Then on the second effort, it was Hardesty making the block. Still danger for Kentucky, though. Quick throw to Pittman. Pittman sends it in nicely, and it's hit out. That was beautiful defense, Hardesty. And a nice save by Atkins on the first attempt. Nava tries to get there now as Trinity continues forward here. 63rd minute. Now Kentucky trying to get something going on the counter. Another turnover. Ball into the box, and Kentucky avoids the corner kick, but it will be a throw on the far side. Trinity's been knocking on the door here these last few moments. McDaniel. Ball into the box. And they're starting to challenge Atkins, getting the ball wet. Atkins has played so well here today. You can see the wind is really picking up now. On the counter, it's knocked away again by the defense for the Eagles. Kentucky tries to send it forward again. On the near side, Miranda. Miranda, a couple of nice dances. Appeals for a foul. Miranda hits the deck. Bodies all over the place. And a foul called on Trinity. So it's Kentucky's turn for some drama. Minute 65 for the Knights. It will be Miranda. Williams will apply some pressure. Miranda, I mentioned it earlier, 3 goals, 5 assists on the year. He's no stranger to this situation as he looks for instruction from Jeremy Miller and company. Miranda boots it. Milius got there first, couple other defenders, headed up by McGee. Trinity will clear, so it'll be a throw on the far side for the Knights. And again, that defense, so strong. Kentucky continues to press. Ball sent into the box, but it'll roll, and on a couple of hops, Altman makes the play. Minute 66. Nava sends it to the right side. That's Guanipa with the cross. And sliding over to make the stop is Atkins. Wise decision by him, and almost went behind for a corner kick. Micah Atkins, the junior, with a good boot, and that'll be a foul called on Zafrio. They're going to bring out a card for that. They are not letting anything slide here late in this one. So another opportunity via the set piece, although a little bit further out for Kentucky, about 40 yards or so. Give you an idea what the temperature is like. I've got 2 layers of socks on and my toes are starting to freeze anyways. It is just not making much of a difference. You got Miranda sends it in. It was flicked. That might have been Bolin. getting on the ball and deflecting it out is Trinity. That, again, was Nazir Guanipa. Guanipa again. This is Williams. McDaniel, the game's lone goal for Trinity. His pass goes short. Getting there was Brian Paul. This is McGee for Kentucky. Sent back to Miranda. And DeWald had it deflected. The wind is blowing from right to left on your screen, so the wind is in favor of Kentucky right now. It'll be a little more difficult for Trinity to get those long balls, especially on the goal kicks down the field. And you can kind of see even right there the ball just kind of dying in the wind. That pass was off the mark. So let's see if Kentucky tries to use that to their advantage, especially on the other end of the field when their defense has the ball. Guanipa, good run, but better defense for the Knights. Brandon Hardesty has played well, especially here in the second half defensively for Kentucky. Minute 68. Nearing 22 left to go here in this one. Trinity now. Power Melgar sends it to the far side. Pittman. Milius using a little space. Chips it to the near side for Guanipa. Guanipa in a battle. He and Miranda. Guanipa sends it into the box. That was Nava with the little flick, and it's cleared out. It'll be another corner kick. The wind is blowing in the face of the corner kick taker. As you can see, you might be able to see the flag on your screen. It's blowing right in the direction of that corner. So expect them to take it short. They do. It's to Guanipa. And that's going to be cleared out. This time it's just a throw. The 3-seed Trinity and the 6-seed Kentucky Christian battling in another classic as Trinity turns it over now. Trinity has won 3 out of the 4 previous meetings. They get another turnover. Nava again runs into a wall. Nava's got great speed, but today he's been trying to force it a little bit too much. Trinity here in minute 70 turns it over. That was taken by Gullett. Sends it to the right side. Ball into the box. Looking for it. And that just beat the post. Albright got there. And it was off Trinity, so it'll be a corner kick now for Kentucky. And they're going to take it on the far side, and that's a big deal because, as I mentioned moments ago, the wind is going to be at their back. Jogging out there is Miranda. So Miranda goes out. 71st minute. Miranda sends it in. Good booming kick, headed up, and that's going to be out of play well over the crossbar. The wind does not benefit Trinity right now. We'll see what this long ball can do, and you can see it dies there just before center circle as it got hung up in that wind. It's not tremendous wind right now, but it's consistent. Here's Kentucky again. Sliding challenge. Oh, Gullett had it but whiffed. on the near side. It's a turnover. Good defense there for Zafrio and company. Near side Guanipa, and that pass is off. They were looking for Nava. Miranda will throw it in. Kentucky, 45 goals coming into play today. That's third best in Division II. 9 shots on goal leads the country. But today's Trinity's defense has really limited them. It's Seth Bolin who scored the equalizer back in the 50th minute for Kentucky. Zafrio with the throw in here for Trinity. Another throw coming. Guanipa trying to get on the ball. This is Nava. Sends it back. Zafrio sends it into the box. And nobody was really ready for it. Counterattack potentially on here for Kentucky. Gullett sends it to the far side. Back to him at center circle. Played back now. They're looking on the near side for Albright. Their main playmaker, one of two between he and Bowling. And another foul called on Zafrio. 73rd minute. Another free kick upcoming for Kentucky. 12-5-1 this year, the Knights. 8-12-1 for Trinity here in 2018 after picking up that opening round victory. So it'll be Miranda again. Miranda sending it into the box. It was headed back by the Eagles, so another corner kick now. Miranda will jog out to the far side as he gets some instruction first. The rain continues to be steady, as you can hear it pattering on the broadcast. Miranda. Miranda knuckles it. That was headed by Trinity again. They're trying to run it down here on the near side. And it's going to be a throw for Hardesty. Ball in by Albright. Reaching out, making the play was Altman. 75th minute, less than 16 to play. Both teams frantic trying to get another goal. You can see, too, as the rain continues, how well the field is holding up. You don't see a lot of splish and splashing down there. They're going to get a sub now for Trinity. Coming in is Turion Lee. So Lee comes in for Pittman. Most action in the tournament in the 2 games here in pool play, for Pittman. Pittman's out, and Lee, who I believe had the game winner yesterday, is in here late. Have to check on that real quick. Trinity winning that one 4-3. We saw 6 goals in a 30-minute span in the second half. Correction, it was McDaniel who had the game winner. Lee scored his goal in the 72nd minute for Trinity yesterday. '76th minute. We will potentially have overtime if we're still even at 1-1. A golden goal, 2 10-minute periods. Ties are certainly in play here. Guanipa sends it into the box. Nava trying to get on the ball. Fires it, and coming up to make the play is the keeper Atkins over on the right side. For over 50 years, the NCCAA has been promoting outreach and ministry through athletic competition. You can find out more. Go to the nccaa.org. Chris Sheeman here with you on the NCCAA network. Second day of pool play action here in the upstate of South Carolina. Trinity gets a goal, and they're able to hang on. They will go to the championship game as the winners of Pool B. How about Milius? And they blow the whistle on Kentucky. Milius doing a lot of dancing. Able to get the play and get the foul call, and another set-piece opportunity, this time for the Eagles. The last few have belonged to Kentucky. McDaniel is on the ball. Guanipa will go into the box. Everybody into the box. There are 2 defenders and the keeper back. Everybody else waiting for McDaniel to do his thing. McDaniel fires. It's a knuckle that goes wide to the right. So, a nice effort, but just a little bit off for McDaniel. And a goal kick to come. 78th minute. Don't forget, Kentucky plays tomorrow against Kansas Christian. We'll have it for you at 5 p.m., either here or at Bob Jones, depending on how the rain impacts the field tonight. Top of the box, Altman makes the play on that. Altman will boom it. Later on today, we go to Pool A. First game of the tournament for the quote-unquote host, Bob Jones, as they take on familiar rival Pensacola. That'll be a half hour after this game's over. Sent into the box by Albright. And that ball was hit a mile, players colliding. And it goes behind for a goal kick. So tomorrow at 5 is Kansas and Kentucky. If the game remains tied, Kentucky needs 3 points to advance. If the game remains tied, Kansas is eliminated. Kansas needs Kentucky to win today. Then they need to beat Kentucky. And they need to beat them by a decent margin. That would create a 3-way tie. And goal differential is the first tiebreaker. Sent into the box by Bellamy. Cleared out again. Williams waited, and Kentucky was not waiting for him. They take it away. Bolin sends it to the right side. Offside flag is up, so everybody holds up. '80th minute. Less than 10 and a half to play. I got to think neither one of these teams wants overtime, so they're going to likely be pushing it. Goes out of bounds. So it'll be a Kentucky throw. Both teams will likely be going for it like we saw yesterday. I don't think anybody wants to be out there for a potentially extra 20 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how these final 9-10 minutes shape out. Nava on the ball, and Kentucky has done a great job frustrating Joseph Nava here today. They're trying on the counter now. Gullett. That through ball to Webb. Webb looking for the cutter Bolin, and Bolin ain't able to come up. Gullett now. Webb sends it in. And a nice job by Trinity's back line again. McDaniel tries to get on the ball. Over on the far side. Trinity looking to make something happen. McDaniel. Good ball by McDaniel. But it's cleared out by Kentucky. That's Jones, I believe, over on that far side for Kentucky, who knocked it away. kept in play by Kentucky. They don't want to allow the corner kick here. See what the Knights can do now on the counterattack. It's 2-on-1. Albright trying to get through. The defense holds again for the Eagles. It has been a struggle for both these attacks here today. Both teams, terrific defense in less than ideal conditions. Foul's going to be called, and Trinity looks for the quick free kick here. Milius on the ball. Near side, Guanipa. Zafrio. And he is really upset with his play there. That was a Bellamy correction. Milius knocks it out. Kentucky will throw. The temperature is 42 degrees now. So we've lost 3 degrees since this game started. Next game will be played most likely in the upper 30s as Nava unable to get anything going. They have keyed in on Nava. 14 goals during the season, and the speed that we saw from Nava yesterday against Kansas has been non-existent here today. And credit Kentucky's defense for that. Both of these teams have played outstanding defense. McDaniel sends it ahead. Micah Adkins, coming up, making the play on the ball. And he'll expend some energy out of Nava. He says, good job. Knights on the near side, ball deflected. And it'll be a throw. Kentucky takes it quickly. Minute 84, and this one starting to look more and more like it's headed towards extra time. Kentucky trying to make something happen here. Both of these teams looked a little bit gassed. The rain has lightened up somewhat. Still consistently falling, though. Ball into the box, and that's headed out. A whiffed attempt by Seth Boland. Counterattack on. Milius looking for Nava on the near side, and Nava again is held back. Reed Rousey doing excellent work on Nava here today. Look out, Guanipa gathers. Williams now. It's played back to Paul. Melgar, Williams, Bellamy. Guanipa. And Guanipa's pass is short, taken away. Inside 5 minutes left to go, 86th minute. Do one of these teams have a goal in them, or do we go to extra time? Kentucky will try to make something happen. Gullett did a good job to stay on side, but unable to catch up with that ball. He saves his energy and lets it go. Bellamy now expending some of that energy, trying to put some pressure on that back line for Trinity. DeWald goes back heel. Through ball was blocked. And there is the man of the match, Milius. Here's Nava again. And that pass is off the mark. The passing for Trinity is not what we saw yesterday. Kentucky's defense has played a role, certainly, but that's going to roll to Altman. Altman will come near the top of the box, pick it up, and Altman did a good job to boot that. I mentioned the wind is not in the favor of Trinity, but Altman able to get it to center circle. Kentucky wins it back, though. Melgar played it to the near side. Guanipa with some space. Trying to get that ball to Lee on the far side of your screen. And Hardesty's there. Hardesty, Vincent Jones, and Miranda have all played well here today. Reed Rousey as well. The defense, the midfielders, and the back line for Kentucky, limiting Trinity to just that penalty kick goal. 88th minute, call on Trinity. So we will have a free kick from center circle. Ball booms into the box, and that's going to be headed, I believe it was headed by Trinity. So here comes a corner kick now. Brandon Miranda will take the corner. It'll be on the near side. And a real opportunity for Kentucky to do something. Surprisingly, they've got a lot of guys out of the box. Brandon Miranda will take the corner. There's 3 guys in the box. 4 guys. Miranda booms it. Punched out by Altman. And there was just really not a lot of threat in there. Surprising. It will be a Kentucky throw here. Minute 89. 90 seconds left away from extra time. Appeals for a handball. Miranda will fire it, and that looked interesting, but that's about all. No trouble there for Altman. So maybe one more chance for each side here in regulation. If there's no regulation, I believe it's 2 10-minute golden goal. Next goal wins overtime periods. And if nobody scores after that, then it's a tie. '90th minute now, Kentucky with an opportunity here. And likely the last opportunity of regulation. I believe it's Miranda. Sending it into the box. Punched out by Altman, sends it to the far side. Less than 30 seconds to go here in the 90th minute. Kentucky stays on it. Now they've got a corner kick. Miranda's got to hustle. 17 seconds left to go. They're trying to set everybody up. 10 seconds left to go. Miranda's got to go quickly here. 7 seconds. 4 seconds, it's sent into the box. It curves. Altman gets there, and we will have extra time. 90 minutes, not enough to decide this one. These two teams playing to a defensive struggle and a 1-1 draw. Player shaken up for Trinity. So we're going to take a quick break here on the NCAA network, and then we'll come back and bring you extra time here in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to this 2018 NCAA Division II Men's Soccer Championship. We're in Pool B, and nothing decided between Kentucky Christian and Trinity Baptist after 90 minutes, so we go to 2 10-minute extra time periods. It is golden goals, so next team that scores will win. If nobody scores after 20 minutes, it is a tie. What's at stake? Well, Trinity looking to win this outright. If they do, they will be in the championship game. That'll take place on Saturday. And for Kentucky, an opportunity for 3 points and to overtake Trinity at the top of Pool B. The head-to-heads, as we understand it, don't have a lot of meaning. So even if Kentucky does win this, just because they beat Trinity doesn't necessarily mean that they have the tiebreaker over them. It's goal differential that would be the first tiebreaker should that come into play. But Kentucky's got to take care of business and get 3 points first. Trinity, no doubt, just wants to make it easy on themselves here. Now, if the teams remain tied, that really benefits Trinity because it would knock out Kansas Christian. Their best hope would be for 3 points. Trinity would have 4. Then what Kentucky would have to do is not only win tomorrow, but win by enough goals to offset the goal differential. So they would need to win, I think, by 2 or 3 goals. And again, that's if we stay tied. Did you get all that? I hope so. We'll see if one of these teams can take care of business here in overtime, though. It's going to be difficult. The two defenses have played outstanding here in this game, and they show no signs of really letting up. If you're just joining us, there was a penalty called on the keeper, Micah Adams, for Kentucky in the 20th minute. Clayton McDaniel took the penalty kick for Trinity and scored. So Trinity would lead 1-0 until the 50th minute as that ball sent into the box, and the keeper went out of bounds. So that's going to be a corner kick. Mike Atkins went out of bounds. So a corner kick to come for Melgar and or Zafrio over there. Seth Boland took a free kick from just outside the box, split it through the wall, and scored his 9th goal of the season in the 50th. And that's how we're even Steven here at 1 apiece. Ball into the box for Trinity. And the follow-up just wide to the left on the ricochet from Nava. So 2 free kick opportunities have us deadlocked at 1 here in the 93rd minute. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. We're at Pepsi Stadium here on the campus of North Greenville University. 42 degrees, rainy, and not a lot of fun. Kentucky players colliding. Nava goes through 2 defenders, and it's knocked away by Rousey. Counterattack is on now for the Knights. Nobody back, though. Melius gets there. Player down for Trinity, but they play on instead. McDaniel gets it to Lee. Lee back to McDaniel. Sends it in on the curve. Atkins comes out, and Kentucky is able to clear, but Guanipa remains down at center circle, and finally the whistle blows here in the 94th. So play is stopped. Do we still have the 2 goals ready to go? Let's cue up the 2 goals. Is this the first one that we're going to look at here? So this is the penalty kick for McDaniel. And this came in the 20th minute. Let's try that again. There we go. So Clayton McDaniel able to put it in the back of the net, and it would remain 1-0 for Trinity until the 50th minute. And then Seth Boland, you'll see it. This is a pretty free kick from just outside the box. He splits right through the wall off the fake and levels us at 1 apiece, and that's where we remain. Nazir Guanipa is up. He's limping a little bit, walking off under his own power, and that's good news. Our next game will go to Pool A after this for Pensacola and Bob Jones, 2 rivals. That'll play a half hour after this game concludes. If I had to guess right now, I'd say roughly 8 o'clock start time for that one. And a foul's going to be called here on Trinity as we're back to live action. Trinity looking for the sub. I believe Vasquez came in. Again, they lost Nazir Guanipa. They've had some players shaken up here in this tournament. Luckily, nothing too serious. Kentucky lost Nathan Campbell, their senior, earlier in the second half. Kentucky at 12-5-1, the 6th seed from Grayson, Kentucky, and Trinity Baptist, the Eagles at 8-12-1, the 3 seed from Jacksonville, Florida. On the near side, Bellamy. Here's Lee. And again, just neither defense is letting anything through. There have been 0 successful through balls in this entire match, which sounds crazy, but it's true. After the up and down kind of game that we had between Trinity and Kansas, that was not played in ideal conditions, but those were conditions much better than today. Lee got it from Bellamy, splits 2 defenders. Lee goes back to Bellamy. Patient for Trinity, understanding they just need one. Melgar tries to send it in. Again, it's headed out by Reed Rousey. This is a Kentucky team that started the season 1-3 against tough opponents, Ohio Christian, Shawnee State, and NAIA, and Campbellsville, another NAIA. Trinity started even worse. They were 0-7-1, 7-5, 8-5, counting the opening round win in pool play since then. Both of these teams defensively at the top of their game here this evening. That's going to be fired in, but wide to the right. So nothing doing off the foot of an Eagle. 96 minute. Again, it's 2 10-minute extra time periods, and a tie is the result after those 2 10 minutes if nobody scores. Next goal wins. It's a stiff wind blowing from right to left. Gullett unable to get the attack going. Milius. Williams sends it to the right. That, I believe, is McDaniel. Daniel comes to the near side. The rain is picking up a little bit again. Lee runs out of room. Sent forward by Trinity's Brian Paul at center circle. Battling for it, both teams trading possession about. Neither defense giving an inch here tonight. Trinity reaching the championship game last year, runners-up, losing 1-0 to Pensacola in the final. Kentucky did not win a pool play game. Both of them were close, though. Both of them 1-goal defeats. They lost 3-2 against Pensacola and 2-1 against Providence. There's some good news. Nathan Campbell is back out there for Kentucky. It's the first time we've seen him since he departed with an injury, wearing number 9 in red. Both coaches will likely make 1 or 2 subs, try to get some fresh legs out there. Players have to be just gassed and miserable. I mean, the defenses have frustrated both attacks. It's cold, it's wet, it's rainy. Wind's blowing in your face. Goal kick to come. Minute 98. You see the time left here in overtime period number 1. And I don't see a lot of that body language that we saw during yesterday's Wild Kansas Trinity game where both teams were confident in what they were doing. The defenses have controlled this match. It's been fun to watch for all the different reasons that yesterday was fun to watch. This has been fun to watch. It's just really tough defense. Richard Vasquez, who came into the game, his through ball is not happening. You also, if you're on the attack, have to recognize what's not working. It's been 99 minutes now almost. Whistle's blown and a yellow card comes out. So a free kick comes here on the foul on Kentucky. Try to get the ball in the air, make something happen via a header or something. The through balls just aren't working today. The defenses are ready for them. Melgar will likely be the guy to take this free kick. He does. Booms a knuckler, and again, right at the defense. Fresh legs of Richard Vasquez getting the ball. Milius calling for it, but guess who's there? Dylan Albright. Albright tried to send it forward. Milius comes up with it. Milius. Nifty moves by him to keep it alive to Vasquez. Vasquez trying not to lose it, and now they're going to blow the whistle, and the foul will be called on Vasquez. 100th minute. Less than a half a minute to play here in this first overtime period. And Kentucky with 22 seconds is in no hurry. There is just not a lot of urgency right now. Miranda wants to make sure that this is the last attack here in the half. And it likely will be with 5 seconds left to go. So 100 minutes are not enough to decide this one. We will play a second 10-minute sudden death golden goal period. So we'll take a quick break. You're watching the 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer Championship on the NCCAA Network. We'll be back. 100 minutes in the books. Let's play 10 more. How about it? Chris Sheeman and my good friend Hypothermia, glad to be back with you here at Pepsi Stadium in North Greenville University. This 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's National Championship. We are in Pool B. And Trinity Baptist trying to wrap up Pool B. They can do so with a victory, but they got to get something going. Neither team has had much on the attack, and Kentucky goes quickly there. Why not? It didn't work, but I like the effort. I'm all for that. So 101st minute, and it's a goal kick for Kyle Altman. He's going to give way. The wind blowing in the face of Trinity, so that's going to be a foul called on Lee. So now a free kick for Kentucky. What's at stake for Kentucky is they can put themselves in a position to play for the national championship, winning today, picking up 3 points. Then all they have to do is win tomorrow against Kansas. If this game ends in a tie, Kansas is eliminated. If Kentucky wins, then if Kansas can beat them tomorrow, then you have a three-way tie. First tiebreaker is goal differential, and then it goes on and on and on. All kinds of crazy stuff can happen. Easiest thing, certainly for Trinity, just take care of business. Miranda getting it back from Albright, sends it into the box, deflected. Paul, Albright on the deflection will fire it, but that's not going to work. Yellow card came out. So Minute 102. We'll play to 110. No score. The next score would win. If there is no score after this period, the game ends in a draw. Both teams have had a draw this year. And there's a lot of talking out on the field. This is the stage of the second overtime where the players are frustrated and tired and cold and wet and complaining, and the officials are tired and cold and wet and complaining, and that's kind of what we've got right now. It's on full display right there. That's going to be headed off of Albright, so it'll be a throw for Trinity. Those of you who are looking for Bob Jones and Pensacola, this is the Pool B matchup between the 6-seed Kentucky Christian and the 3-seed Trinity Baptist. We will have your game 30 minutes after this one is completed. Approximately 8:03 will be the start of that one. Albright sends it in. That ball deflected into the box, and sliding for it is Altman. And again, it's been a lot of teams just knocking it back and forth. There's been a few set-piece opportunities, more so by Kentucky, especially since midway through the second half. Trinity, who played yesterday, no doubt tired, and that was a good effort for Seth Boland. And that's what you got to do in a game like this. I mentioned it last period. The through ball's not working. You're not going to get anything on the ground. Try to make something happen. The ball's wet. It's cold out. Make the keeper make a play on it. In an ideal situation, you don't want Seth Boland taking shots 40 yards out all the time. But this is anything but ideal. So sometimes you got to take some chances. Albright trying to run it down. Dylan Albright trying to make a move, and it's just not happening. The one-on-ones are not happening for either side today. That's going to go over the line and out of play. It'll be another throw for Kentucky. Kentucky, not surprisingly, has most of the legs here in this second overtime period as we enter minute 105 after Trinity played yesterday. And if you're Kansas right now, you're licking your chops praying for a Knights goal. Kansas would be right back in it if Kentucky can somehow pull this off. Milius has played well today defensively, the midfielder. Williams, Vasquez, back to Milius. Sends it over to the far side. Two defenders are there first. Nearing 5 minutes left to go in the second overtime period. We are even at one apiece. Since the 50th minute, we've been stabilized at 1-1. Nice move there by McGee. And the keeper, Altman, with the good aggressive play to come all the way out of the box and knock it out. How about Austin McGee's nifty footwork? They're going to sub in. I think it's Gullett coming back in, so another fresh body out there. Nathan Campbell still looks a little gimpy, and he tried, but probably a wise decision to pull him. Miranda, two defenders are around him. Nearing 4 minutes to go in this second overtime period. Turnover, counterattack is on, and that ball is off the mark. Looking for Nava. Nava continues to press, and it'll be knocked off of Trinity. Nava's been frustrated all game today. That's going to go off Trinity. Again, Brian Paul. And another throw coming for the Knights. Minute 107. And a turnover. Bad ball there for Kentucky. Nava trying to make something happen. Nava taking on everybody, and Miranda tripped them up. A free kick upcoming. Nava stays down. So it'll be a free kick, but Nava is hurt again. And the trainer will have to come out. And that'll stop the clock at 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Bob Jones and Pensacola will be coming up 30 minutes after this game concludes. We're a little behind, obviously, with the 2 extra time periods. And this is, I believe, now the 3rd time in 2 games that Nava has had to go to the bench. And this one looks a little more serious than the first 2 as he's being helped off. Not a good sign again for Trinity. This time of the year, very few people are 100%. But they will no doubt miss Nava if they're able to advance to the championship game. A tie gives Trinity 4 points and puts the pressure on Kentucky. They have to win against Kansas tomorrow. I believe it's Melgar who will take the free kick. It's a 4-man wall for Kentucky. It's 14. Okay, so it's not Melgar, it's Zafrio. So Zafrio from Spain. Trying to give his team an opportunity for a golden goal. Ball into the box. Deflected and knocked out by Kentucky. It will be a throw-in right near the corner marker inside 3 minutes to go. Zafrio again. And that goes off of the foot of Williams. Kentucky with an opportunity. Turnover, though. Williams gets it back. Here's McDaniel. McDaniel, the hero yesterday. Ball deflected, and it's cleared out again. How about these defenses today? They have been stabilizing both back lines here this evening. Albright on the ball for Kentucky. Kentucky Christian looking to pick up at least 1 point. And that ball's going to roll behind for a goal kick. Minute 109, nearing 90 seconds left to go here in this second overtime period. And this one is looking more and more like it's going to be a tie. Again, a tie would knock out Kansas Christian. They would be eliminated. They would have plenty to play for tomorrow, though. Try to knock out Kentucky. Kentucky would have everything to play for tomorrow. Not over yet, though. Here's Pittman. Pittman. Oh, aggressive there from Atkins, who comes up with a nifty block. It does set up a corner kick, though. Zafrio will go out there. They've been taking him short, so Zafrio has been dishing it to Melgar. but it looks like Zafrio is going to be all alone. Everybody is up. One defender only is back for Trinity. Ball into the box. Williams the head. And that one never really had much legs. Now the counter is on. Here is Albright. Albright with 30 seconds left to go. Albright looking to beat the defense. Albright from the far side, battling one-on-one. It's knocked out. Albright looks to throw quickly. 20 seconds. Heavy rain starts to come down. Albright gives way. Kentucky's got to go. Get it into the box. They do. 12 seconds. It's knocked out. That is Rousey turning it over. 6 seconds left to go. It won't be enough for Trinity, and we will play to a draw. 110 minutes. Two great defenses on display here today. 1-1 is your final. A quick recap of the scoring. It was Clayton McDaniel in the 20th minute for Trinity, who scored to make it 1-0 on a penalty kick. Then in the 50th minute, Seth Bolin on a free kick capitalized and put Kentucky in a position to at least have a shot for the championship game. So what has to happen now? Trinity is done in pool play, so they will await their fate. Kentucky roughly controls its own destiny. I say roughly for this reason. They win tomorrow by 2 or more goals, and they are in the championship game. This does, the tie, by the way, eliminate Kansas Christian, so Kansas will be playing for Pride tomorrow, and that will be an interesting one. So Kentucky Christian and Kansas Christian tomorrow. Keep your eye on that one if you're a fan of either one of these teams. Folks, we got to wrap things up. Get ready for our next game. It's Pensacola Christian and Bob Jones, two rivals playing in a downpour, and that'll come up a half hour for now. Let's say 8:10 approximate tip, or kickoff, excuse me. So we'll have that one for you coming up here in just a little bit. For everybody here at Pepsi Stadium in North Greenville, my name is Chris Sheeman. This has been a presentation of the 2018 NCCAA Division II Men's Soccer Championship on the NCCAA Network. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.